from El Carmen, just after the farm here, about 10 minutes from here. 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
What's the official name of the street?
This is currently South Bank Road.
And how long has the road been like this? You know?
Well, last week Thursday it had water, and the rain that we get over the weekend, Saturday night, caused this again.
Okay, because I understand last night it was not like this, but...
No, last night the water started coming down.
Okay, you know what time?
Around 9 o'clock. Around 9 o'clock the water started coming down.
Okay, and what kind of vehicles could pass? Because I'm seeing some vehicles.
It's only these kind of vehicles, high vehicles.
So you would not advise motorists?
No.
What about your home? How has your home been affected?
Well, for the past 2 years we didn't get no flood inside, but right around it have flood.
And the neighbors, residents?
It's stress for the neighbors, stress for everybody. You know, I mean, that's Thursday we had flood. Look, we're having this again, and nobody seems to be doing anything. Nobody not reaching out to us. That's the reason why I raised this van this high, right? Because 2018 when we had the big flood, I couldn't come on my house. My house had water in it, and I off the ground, off the road. The reason why I raised my van, right? And nobody care anything about us. And this is a simple thing to fix, you know. Here it be flooding, this part of the road, and up the corner by Sarup Avenue, they have water just like because it's low. So if you raise the road here, people could come in and out here and up by Sarup. But nobody seems to care. You understand? And it's a stress because look, my drivers couldn't come to work this morning. They reach here and I return back 4 o'clock this morning. So we losing money, we can't work. And if you look around, if you see all these people's houses have water, and I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Because in the space of 3 days' time, it's 2 floods we get.
Yeah, we expected more bad weather.
We expected more bad weather, so we don't know what's going on again.
Okay, so about 30 years you all here.
Yeah.
And in all your time, how has the flooding been?
It has always been like this. Every time rain fall, we have water in our house. It's been really frustrated because you have to get up and lift everything. And for the past week, this week only we got flood out twice. So it's really stressful to deal with right now. So.
And how was it in 2018?
It was the worst we have ever passed through because we lost everything. Everything we lost, and we have now started to build up and try to work and sort things out right now, and that is just about it.
How much damages you could estimate that you had today or last night?
There's some chairs all covered. Just like chairs and furniture wise, but we were able to lift stuff because the water started to come from the back of our house. And yeah.
What's the anxiety like when you know water coming up? What is go through your mind when you know water coming up in the area?
It's like, oh my god, we have to lift everything, and oh gosh, when you have to get up and clean, that is the worst part about it, because to get up and do it, and then you have to make time to clean, and you have a job, yeah. So that's about it.
Over the past 2 weeks, you said you all had flooding how many times?
We had flooding on Friday and last night, which was, yeah, so just within a space of 3 days, 2 days, you can say. Yeah, so, and I guess we're expecting more rain, so might be getting a lot of flood again. So.
And how are you all going to prepare for this coming week or two?
I don't think we're going to take down anything. We're going to leave it up because that is the safest way to move and do, because it don't make sense we take it down and then you have to stress yourself again to put it back up. Yeah.
And what about the regional corporations? They said
we haven't seen anybody. On Friday, Saturday morning we was cleaning, nobody came. And I'm cleaning right now with my mom and we haven't seen anybody. Nobody hasn't come to us.
I can imagine it's tough to take time off when things like this happen?
Yeah, it's be really, really tough.
Yeah, it's real deep. It up there, knee height, and yeah, it's all over.
You see you walking out with all this stuff, why are you doing that?
Yeah, well, I ain't coming back until the flooding cool down. You know?
What area is this?
St. Helena, Santa Monica.
How far down the water going up to?
It's going straight down, right down, in every crease and every corner. And it's just going deeper as it's going.
It rising or it fall in the water?
Yeah, it rise and it fall and it rise back up, so you know what's going on.
What's the condition of your house or your that you're staying in?
Everything flood out, animals, everything flood out.
How many people you live in?
About 3 kids, wife. That is about it.
Is it a 2-story house or just
A flats.
what's going on with your family? They're not coming out or they're staying somewhere else?
No, well, them staying somewhere else for the while. Yeah. Yeah, real high. That car go down there, you go spoil it.
It usually be like this, or how was it over the weekend?
Well,
Because it had a lot of rain.
over the weekend, yeah, it had a lot of rain, but I recently moved around, so me ain't really know. I now experiencing this for the first time. But my sister from around, and she said it always flooding around here.
Are they going to rescue her? Are they going to rescue her?
Okay, good day. Can you tell us what's happening here?
Well, as we could see, basically, we have a spill off from water that probably would have been overnight rain from the higher plains, and it came down into the Caroni River. So now that we have a system here now, where probably tide is high, and you do have a constant runoff. So as a result of that, you will have this influx of water now flooding the Caroni Plain. Just east of me there's a sluice gate up at that end there that controls the water that comes onto the land here. And if it is that is blocked with bamboo, trash and other debris, then definitely that runoff would not go into the Caroni River, which is behind on this side. Then yesterday afternoon around 5:30 p.m. I would have traversed around the area and came from Page, came around here. The water was low, it was passable because I could have navigated and come through. Other vehicles were going through, even cars. But overnight, as I said, apparently rain fell in other areas and that water then basined down here. So here we have a situation where there's a truck driver up there, it looked like a cargo truck. Apparently he may have tried to navigate, or I don't know if he probably has an amphibious vehicle. But the way they construct vehicles now, the breeder is underneath. So he probably may have taken water and shut down. So these guys in the area, because I live in the area, these guys live in the area as well. They're going up with a rope and see if they could assist them.
At what time you saw this illegal storm?
This was basically about an hour ago. Yeah, hour ago.
And is there any way that you all have been communicating with the motorists?
Well, there's no way you can communicate with that motorist from here unless you wade through that water, which is not advisable. Unless, well, you, like these guys and them who think that you can see what's happening with them now. You see what's going on. So it's really not an advisable thing for anyone to go into this sort of disaster at this point in time.
And
So the only help that can be rendered there is a big vehicle like a truck to pull that vehicle out of here, because what happened, where that vehicle is situated there, he is around the bend, and around that bend is a good distance away from the other end of the road. So to pull him backward because he's facing this way will be difficult. So anything has to come and give him aid is to come from on this side and pull him through. So that's the only hope he has there now, more than to sit there and wait until it subsides.
what is this? Where are we right now?
Okay, we're on Spring Drive in the Valsine South area
Okay, and which house is yours?
at Greenhouse across there.
So can you explain to us how badly you've been affected by this flooding?
Oh, within recent time this year, this is the second time it happened in 2 weeks, right? And it happened earlier, but it's never been this bad, right? A couple of years ago it was bad. It came up into the driveway, but it didn't go into the house. But the neighbors' houses were flooded out. But right now, no rain, nice sun, but the water is rising, right? And we are all looking for a solution to our individual problems in all the various areas that are flooded out. But there's a question we need to ask ourselves. When was the last time the Caroni River mouth was dredged? Because I understand, and I will try to get some more, I'll try to get actual footage. People are saying that on low tide they can walk across the river mouth because it's so silted. And if the water has nowhere to go, it's going to back up. Now, some people debate that and say, well, once the tide is high, water will come in. But Grand Riviere was a classic example this year of what a silted river mouth can do. The Grand Riviere River is a big wide river, but the mouth of the river is covered with sand and there's a narrow channel. And when they had that serious flood this year, the water had to spill over before it could cut a channel to go out. If the Grand Riviere River wasn't silted at the mouth, the people would not have had that problem. And the same thing is happening with the Caroni River. If they don't dredge that river mouth, it's going to spread all over. So everybody looking at the individual problems, what we can do to help our own area, cannot really help much unless they dredge the river mouth. And not only Caroni River, but all over the country. When last did they dredge the river mouths? And people need to start asking that question, and we need to start getting answers, right? When last, and I mean you all as reporters, you all can ask that question too. When last did they dredge the river mouths? Because the whole country is suffering and everybody's looking for their own little individual solution. But the bigger picture, somebody has an answer.
And how many people living with you?
Oh, it's myself, my wife, my 90-year-old mom, and the caretaker, and my mom can't walk. So if water goes inside, we're going to have a bigger problem.
So it's not yet inside, but
it's not yet
rise.
Inside. It could rise and go inside. But my next door neighbor, she has vacated her premises already. Lower down, people are moving out. Because this is not flash flooding where it goes down right away. This will stay here for a couple of days.
And you're comfortable enough to move up, or would you all have to leave as well to your place?
I pray to God that we don't have to move out. I really say a prayer for that, and for the other neighbors as well.